They took this money from these 5 people and never did anything. And months
then they should have been paying them.
Months went by, and information was never received. So you're supposed to get plans. You're supposed to get sign off.
So you just let the months go by because they wanted to get this money back.
That's it.
That's all. Just like a stall. Like I'm gonna stall you for all this. Like nothing was going on. But chill and watch this Netflix and movies and night and all that. See, that right there, they need to be taking their license away and not being able to do anything, because that right there is just that's intentional right there.
Well, that's what that sounds. This particular entity, I'm not going to say what the end result was, but let's just say the contractor was still doing work after that, and it was just under a different business name. So you have to be careful. Try to do as much homework as you can. You can reach out to Consumer Affairs or whoever the group is that houses the new home builder or home improvement contractors. You can file complaints against those people, and you can also check and see if there are complaints against those people. You can do online stuff, Better Business Bureau, Angie's List. But here's the catch: if that person that's a contractor that might have screwed someone else a year before decide, I'm going to change the name of my business, I'm going to close this down, I'm going to open a new one, those records don't start with the new business.
Oh wow! Or how long does it stay on the Bureau of Better Business?
The Better Business Bureau, I think it's indefinite. But here's a challenge. If let's just say I started ABC Company. I started ABC Company 2 years ago, right? And then ABC Company, I got too many lawsuits, so I was like, forget ABC Company. I'm gonna start DEF. I'm gonna start DEF Company. Well, ABC and DEF, as far as the government are concerned, are 2 completely different companies, even though I might be the CEO of both. And if that company has a ton of lawsuits...
And I'll follow your social security number?
That's not required.
There's no social security number required.
That's not required. It's a business entity. Business entities don't have social security numbers. They have EIN numbers.
Right. Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So every time you have a different business, there's a different EIN number. It's not associated with the person.
Yeah, but to sign up for that, they had to give their social. They didn't have to give their social to sign up for their business.
When you sign,
you have to.
Right, but that is not something that turns and gives to the bank or to the.
So the social security, it don't make sense, because when you do other things, you have to give social security
as an individual, not as a business entity.
So as a business entity, you do not have to give your social.
As a business entity, it does
not follow you. Just the IN number, ENI, whatever, keeps going around and around and around, and that's it.
As a business entity, your EIN number is technically your social, and your Dun & Bradstreet number technically. If
your EIN number is your social, it should follow you to the next thing.
It does not. It follows that company. It's as if say I died tomorrow and they brought me back to life, I would still have the same social security number. That's not the same thing in business. When your business fails, you have to file a completely new application.
So it's basically like they got 15 emails with the same person's name. You just got different emails.
I mean, theoretically, it's
and
possible.
They don't never connect.
We know of like one entity where the dude has owned 6 different companies over the years, and all of them have multiple lawsuits. All of them have court records. Check court records too. All of them have court records, and if you call the state and you ask about them, they're all completely different companies. The only way you would know that same individual was a part of it is because of court records, and or because of anything in the paper, anything that was public information. That's the only way that you would know. Like I could quit ABC Company and say I'm going to start DEF Company, and all of the lawsuits, unless they're filed and they actually have me as an individual on those legal documents.
So whatever happened in the ABC Company doesn't follow you to the EFG Company. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So people, it's like they're giving themselves brand new starts.
Yeah, that is what it is.
And almost deceiving people because they have no idea. Like you have this history. It is kind of like doing.
I'm not.
You better leave these fake people alone.
I'm not going to say it's deceiving people. But
all y'all. All y'all out there doing that.
If you know the full story, a lot of times there are contractors that will come. They will do work in your house that will never be finished. I have talked to so many people that had people that they signed a contract with, and person was coming, and then the person gradually stopped coming, would leave, tools.
Look, this is the rule. This is the rule. Signing a home contract, signing your contract with your friend, signing a contract with your family. No. Period. Into the O. Because people don't pay you back because they don't care. That sounds really bad, but they don't care. Because the priority for a person, for most people, not everybody, is usually themselves. So unfortunately, Unless somebody got some kind of integrity, which is a rare group of people in the earth, and their words actually mean something. They're not going to do what they said they were going to do, which that's what integrity is, doing what you said you would do. So you gotta learn no.
Cover your butt.
Cover your butt.
Okay.
And get the papers.
All your records.
Get all the records and papers, all that.
Develop a great relationship with a lawyer. Doesn't have to be a friend.
Because you know what? This is the truth. All the people out there doing that, this comes right back around to you. They gonna get it all back times 100. That's what it is.
I think horror stories aside, our economy is based on capitalism, and so most of the laws are based on that.
Yeah.
And if you are not familiar with the laws, you're not familiar with who can advocate for you and who can basically ensure that you get your money back, but who's going to be able to really fight on your behalf. Finding that stuff out afterwards when you have that trauma, it's not easy.
And this ain't no color thing. Let me make that clear. This come in all colors, okay? Because integrity is something either you have or you don't, no matter what race that you are.
Money's green.
So yeah, money is green. That's the color, okay? Green. So it takes on the attitude of the person who possesses it. So if the person who possesses it doesn't honor their words, and they don't care how they treat people, and relationships don't mean nothing to them, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Period. And one of the things I take pride in is relationships, and they mean a lot.
I as well.
Yeah, they mean a lot to me. So do the work. Do your homework. But that's all we're going to say about that. And hopefully you'll look at those resources that are listed below. And don't forget, subscribe to this channel. And make sure you leave some comments.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts, man. If you know of anybody that got burnt by a contractor, or or heard of anything or anything like that, or know of any information that would be good for the general public, please feel free to comment.
Yeah, let it be known, because most of the time too that people get in these situations is because people who've been burnt don't say nothing.
Yep.
They go searching for reviews, or like he said on the business, the Better Business Bureau. Right. And there's nothing there. Why? Because people go, oh, it's okay, I'm gonna forgive them. Yeah, forgive them, but make the comment. You know why? Because somebody in the future needs to know, or in the present, what happened, so that you can possibly save them, hopefully.
And another thing you can do is you can do a background check. If you want to hire a private investigator, you can hire a private investigator, and you can have them do a background check on that person. If you have a contractor that does not have any assets that are in their name. Contractor,
family, friend, anybody, background. Go ahead.
If they
I said everybody, I want to see that blood print.
If they don't have any assets that are in their name, like their physical name, their house is in a sister's name or something like that, those are signs that are important.
Yes, they are, because that could mean they could be running.
Yes.
On the run. So I need a t-shirt, on the run. I ain't talking about the Beyonce and Jay-Z tour. Okay? Talking about real life. All right.
Yeah. So you just be cognizant that there are people out there that don't mean to provide you with the best service.
They're just looking for that quick check. That's what they're looking for.
And in many cases, when people don't want to be found, they make it very difficult.
Or they don't care who they used to do that.
Oh, one more. We know of somebody that literally had gotten a contract with somebody. The person was coming and was doing some work little by little, be 2 or 3 hours.
Right.
Probably a month into the overall project. One of the neighbors pulled this particular individual aside and said, hey, listen, the guys that you have working on site, they're only here for 2 or 3 hours during the week, and it's typically for 3 days. What are you having done? And the person, kind of told them. They're like, well, an hour of the time that they're here, they're out at the truck talking, or on their cell phones, or, just drinking coffee or whatever they drink. And no work is really being done.
So we at recess, huh?
And I'm
on the dime.
I was like, what? And the person said, yeah, like this is what my neighbor's telling me. And in
they got for them neighbors, right? Sometimes they be extra, but sometimes they extra.
Listen, the neighbor went as far as literally taking their cell phone and recording a video of these guys physically there not doing anything, just at the truck talking and lollygagging.
Wow.
And then showed it to them.
They're doing some work, huh? That's the new definition of work.
So the funny part is, so that the person,
this is social distancing work.
Person who went,
I'm distancing myself from work,
and asked the guy and was like, I was told that you guys are doing work on site, but I've received several videos of no work being done. I'm understanding
work, no work.
What's going on? And the contractor started, we're getting things done. I can't tell the guys how to do, early on. And
so they're basically interference in themselves, huh? From doing nothing.
It's funny because in most of the videos that were provided, it was only like 3 people on site, and we're talking about a brand new construction build. So how do you have
that wasn't God, the Father, the Holy Ghost, and the Son? Is that the 3 you're talking about? Who are you talking about?
That might have been the only 3. But they showed, but they weren't working.
They were doing more work than
it was
invisible and everything.
It might have been like the 6th day going into the 7th. You know what I mean? Or 7th going into the 1st. They had
their rest when it looked like.
That's exactly what it was.
Okay.
But in that particular situation, it was weird because after that conversation, the contractor literally just little by little stopped coming to work and ended up sticking these particular people with the entire project. So they paid the contractor several thousands of dollars, and contractor never completed.
I remember that story. I think too, they said the contractor went there, he was in a Bobcat and he was just taking one little piece of dirt and moving it to one side.
Yep. He literally would move the dirt back and forth. That was it.
Like the same piece of dirt. Like,
yeah.
It's like
spread it out.
Like he in an institution.
Yeah, it was.
I'm like, what is going on? It was
probably one of the more unique stories I've ever heard, but
it was like an emoji, not an emoji, but like that, doing nothing.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Like literally doing nothing.
But
that right there is that's insanity.
We say all that to say everybody in one way, shape, or form should know somebody, or not should, probably know somebody that's been burnt by a contractor. And in many cases, they don't even know how to advocate for themselves. And unfortunately, once you got burnt, when you start talking to lawyers and they're like, hey, my retainer's $5,000 or more, and you got a project that's only $10,000 and you already lost 3, you're not going to spend another 5, unfortunately. So, because you still got to get the work done in your houses, our project is incomplete.
Right.
So just be careful, people, that's all.
Be careful.
And be diligent.
No.
And what you
get the papers.
What you can do too is, if you know of anybody or you were willing to pay someone that has an inspection record, that like is able to do that, they're home inspectors. You can have them come at any given point during the process, should you choose to, and have them do an inspection that you pay them for separately. You can do
which is a shame, because it's like you gotta sit there and watch other people work that they say they supposed to be doing.
Well, you as a consumer, you don't technically know code.
I know, it's a shame.
So
yeah, that's enough on that. Anyways, subscribe. And we'll see you later.
Get those pieces of paper for your record.
Bye.